The last section that we have is informational formulas of Excel. So first we have the column formula. So informational formulas is more of Excel specific. So it gives you specific information that's unique to like the Excel grid, for example. So like for this one, the column, what I'm highlighting over here is actually the cell that I passed to the column function. So you just have the column and then pass in this cell, A2. So what it gives you, oops, so I'll cancel that one. So what it gives you is a numerical value for which column that you've selected, okay? Because let's say over here, let's type it out, column. So just to give you an example, let's pick this one. And what it gives you is the fourth column. Because if you count it out, that's one, that's first one, second, third, and fourth. Because you've selected the fourth column. Okay, so for this one, it gives you the first column. Next is blank. So what you're saying is give a specific value and it just gives you true or false if it is blank. So this one, we're selecting this cell over here. And this is empty, this is nothing in here. So if you pass in is blank for this value, it gives you true. So just to give you a practical application, this is pretty handy. We've discussed the if function a while ago. So if you could remember, we're placing a true or false value. If this is true, then give this value. Otherwise, give this. So this is a practical application because it's like we're replacing blank values with the words it's empty. Okay, otherwise just display the original value. Okay, so this is an example wherein you could just use a formula and just place it inside another formula. So that's the cool thing about Excel formulas. So let's try it out over here, more of a combination. So let's say if this value is blank, okay, I want you to show the text it's empty. Okay, otherwise just show the original value. So if there's something inside the original value, just show the original one. So you would expect it to show hello. Okay, so just to demonstrate, let's copy this formula and let's paste it over here. And it's actually selecting this cell. So since it's empty, our formula would show you that it's empty. Next is error. Error is simply you give it a value and it tells you that is there an error with this one or not. So again, it gives you true or false. Okay, so what I'm doing over here is I'm trying to divide this number with this number. Of course, if we divide 1 divided by 0, it's not a valid value. So if you passed it to is error, it should tell you that true, that there's something wrong with this expression or with your formula. Okay, so let's try it out over here. Is error. And let's say we're trying to divide 50 divided by 2. So it's just telling you that is what you're doing, is this correct? Or is there something wrong with it? And it tells you that false, so which means there's no error. What you're doing is perfectly valid. Next is number. You pass in the value and it just tells you that is this a number or not. So 123, we use the is number formula and pass in the cell value, and 123 is obviously a number, so that's true. But if we try it out, is number, pass in hello, it should give you false. Okay, because hello is a text, not a number. Speaking of text, let's try out is text. So it checks now if the one that you pass or the value that you pass is a text. So let's say 123, if you pass it in, it's text. The cell, it's not a text, so it gives you false. So let's try it out. It's text. Pass in the value. And it's true because hello is text. Next is row. Row is, you could think of it as related to column, that instead of giving you the column numbers, it now gives you the row numbers. Okay? So you just pass in row and then select a cell. So you can see here that row A2, okay, it gives you 2 because you have selected a cell in the second row. So if we pick this cell over here, it should give us row number 3. So let's try it out. Row. And this one gives you the third row.